and welcome to episode 611 of Connected from the Relay Network. I would like to thank our friends over at Century. What did I do? It's bad, right? It's not a good intro. You know, okay, so thank you, Century. My name is Myke Hurley. This is Annual Chairman Stephen. Hi, Stephen.
What's up?
What people maybe don't understand if they're not Connected Pro members is that, like, we do the pre-show, which was excellent this week, by the way. I talk about Count Binface. So if you want to know about that, go to getconnectedpro.co. And also stick around later on because I think Stephen has a deal for you. Is that right, Stephen?
I do have a deal for you.
Stephen has a deal for you. So if you're not signed up for Connected Pro, Stephen has a great deal for you. There's never been a better time to become a Connected Pro member. So we do Connected Pro and then just like naturally transition into the show. And I do not deal well with that transition. Where like usually with my other shows, like, all right, here we go. And then I ramp myself up and then I do my like I do the whole thing, right? Like, but I lose that here because there is this smooth, it is a very smooth transition, but that the smoothness kind of, I lose my way.
Well, I think we're the only show in our circles with extra content that we do at the beginning.
Now we are, because App Stories used to do at the beginning.
Yeah, but then they moved it to the end, and upgrade ATP. Everyone else does it, but we're doing our
innovators,
forging our own path.
We're innovators.
We are innovators, Myke.
Yep. I don't know why we do it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Anyways, hello. Good to see you.
No Federico this week. Federico is on a beach right now.
He is.
This is his, I think he does this, like his annual, all right, WWDC's over, the review's coming next, let me go take a break, which I absolutely think is a good idea for him.
Me too.
I think me and you, do this sometime after the podcastathon.
Yes. I'm going out west in October for like a week after the
I haven't
show.
Booked anything, but I probably will. Like at least like a long weekend or something. Like just kind of like
decompress.
Let's put a marker on the end of that season.
Yeah.
And then carry on.
Yeah. So yes, so Federico's gone. We're getting lovely photos from him. I mean, it's so I have this funny thing happening right now where I have like Memphis friends in the places my internet friends live.
Okay.
And so a friend of mine is in the UK and was actually like kind of close to you in London at some point on Find My earlier this week.
That's fun.
I was like, I wonder if I'll see Myke. And another friend of mine and his family are in Italy. So it's like, and the friend in London like knows Relay and like listens to some of our shows. The friend in Italy does not. And so it's kind of funny. Just like, oh, my friends are like aligning with each other. And I'm just here.
I feel bad for your friends, if I'm being honest.
Because it's hot
in these places. It's really hot right now.
Yeah. Well, it's hot here too.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't need to get into this, but
What about Celsius versus Fahrenheit?
Oh my God.
Can we get into that?
Are we going to talk about this?
No.
We're not going to do this.
I'm not going to do it.
If you spend time on Mastodon and follow enough people in our sphere, I'm sorry for you in the same way that I'm sorry for myself. You know? Like, we all have to deal with this for some reason, and I can't stand it anymore, and I don't know why we're doing this. Yeah. But we continue to do this forever and ever.
Well, not we.
It would seem.
Some people.
But
anyways.
But we all do get involved in it, though, is my point. You did today, we all somehow can't take it anymore and get involved. Yeah, but Stephen, you posted today a little joke on Mastodon.
Did it kick
and then
off
it started again?
Oh, I haven't
So you
looked.
did this, all right? It's like you did this today. Everybody does it eventually.
The trick is to post and then not look at social media for like a week.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but it will be there when you come back.
That's true, probably. Anyways, Federico's gone. We're doing stuff today.
Yep.
Can I talk about my thing?
I would love you to.
Okay, so we spoke several weeks ago now about how I should handle, like, I had my Apple history Kickstarter things years ago, and I've been thinking about them a lot because y'all did Design to California to great success. And one of the things that's kind of just been hanging out there is the digital versions of the calendar that people had access to, that they weren't being updated. They were just frozen in time, right?
Mm-hmm.
and we spoke about it, and you and a bunch of feedback, a bunch of listeners and people who had backed Kickstarter, I got some emails like, hey, you should update it again. So what I've done is, if you were a backer of those Kickstarters, you got a message late last week explaining this, where the calendar that you have as part of whatever Kickstarter you were in, I've updated through June of 2026. But moving forward, there is just one unified calendar that is going to stay up to date, that you can, it's like a one-time purchase of, I think, $10. So there's a blog post that'll be in the show notes talking about this. Thank you to everyone who has gone to grab it. It's done really well so far. And this is like an open-ended thing that I'm gonna, what I've learned is, like, because it took me several hours across a couple of evenings to get them up to date, but keeping it up to date moving forward will be much easier to stay on top of it. So it's open-ended. I'm committed to this, and would love you to go check it out.
I encourage you to do this for purely selfish reasons, and so I'm happy that you've done it. Because I need to keep a better tab of Apple history dates now.
You do. Yeah.
And so now I have a forever updating calendar.
That's right.
That will do this for me. So I'm really thankful for it. I do have a question for you, actually, which I've been meaning to ask, and now I'm just going to ask you here on the show.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
there are some days where you have this thing where it's like, and a bunch of other stuff happened. A very popular day, you're right.
Yeah.
Why not just do all the events? Why collapse them?
So that is a hangover from the print version, where I had just limited space in each little box. And then I thought it was kind of funny to keep it in the digital version. But the problem is, I mean, I agree, it's weird because there are other days that have like more stuff.
Millions, yeah.
And there's some days, because I combined hardware, software services, that is like 2018 maybe listed twice, one hardware thing, one software thing. Like, there is some more cleanup to do that I'll do over time.
Yeah.
But because Apple's like, it's really heavy in June and September, as you would imagine, right? And then you get to like March and nothing. So the plan is to keep it up to date with new things every month, and then I also hope to over time add more old things. So it's a living document, as the kids say.
Yes. Yeah. If you ever think about it, I would pull some of those very popular day things out, make them their own things.
Yeah. I mean, you can just click on them and it's like in the calendar event. But yeah, for sure. I think that's a good idea.
I have a calendar set in Fantastical now, which is called Apple History.
Yay!
Because you know what I don't need? It in my normal calendar.
No, don't import. Well, so you don't want to import it, because then you won't get updates, right? You want to subscribe
I did a
to
subscription.
It. Yes.
Because you can do those in Fantastical.
And it's just a Google Calendar. Like, when you buy it, all the directions are in there. You just subscribe to it. You can subscribe to it in the calendar app, or if you use Google Calendar on the web and it syncs, like.
Yeah, because I'm subscried to it in my iCloud calendar.
Yeah. Yep.
Which you can do.
Yes, I have it turned off in mine, because like I don't need to see them all the time.
Yeah. Literally nobody needs to see these things just all the time.
No.
But it's good to be able to flick over into them and check what's going on.
Yeah, and if you have like a e-ink thing floating around your house, or like something to show a calendar, I think that's a fun thing.
Yeah.
If you have the terminal or some other stuff. I know he's problematic. If you have his product or other things like it, that's one reason I kept it on Google Calendar, because I thought about moving it to iCloud, but I was like, Google Calendar is way more like universal, I think. Even though like the audience of this is probably more iCloud based, like Google Calendar is supported better in the world. And so I thought, well, if you have a product that you can like plug in that URL to something and display it, that could be a fun use. So,
yep. Very nice.
There you go.
So it seems like the Pro iPhones are going to get thicker and heavier to varying degrees. So I've got a couple of articles from Mac Rumors. So Leaker, but obviously how these leakers go. They just post things on Twitter. You assume they're coming from the supply chain. With these things, I just trust that Mac Rumors and 9to5 are keeping a record of these people and decide whether it's worth posting about them. You know what I mean? Because anyone can say anything. So my assumption is that they are keeping tabs on this. Leaker Fixed Focus Digital reports, and I do recognize the names over time, like I recognize this one, reports that the iPhone 18 Pro will get 2 millimeters thicker, which is actually quite significant. You would feel that. And then also Ice Universe follows this up by saying the Pro Max will get 0.25 millimeters thicker and 7 grams heavier. So I think it's safe to assume both phones will be getting thicker and heavier. The iPhone 18 Pro will be significant. I think that is an amount you'll feel. 2 millimeters doesn't feel like a lot, but you'll feel that difference.
I think so.
Now, the rumors are suggesting like the Pro Max, there's been more reporting on the Pro Max as to why, and because it's getting a larger battery, which could account for this, and a new vapor chamber made of stainless steel. So I would expect both Pro phones will be getting these, right? Bigger batteries, new vapor chamber, they need more space inside. There are also a lot of the reporting is that the cameras are going to be significantly better. My theory is this started with camera and then everything else trickled down, that they maybe needed more space for the camera. And so then we're like, well, if we have this more space, let's put a bigger battery in it. What else can we do? That kind of stuff. Because there's that rumor of variable aperture.
Yeah.
So you're going to need more space for that.
For sure. And I think they want, the cameras does stick above the plateau. And I think they want to minimize that distance to the degree that they can, right? You don't want like a 1/2-inch camera lens hanging off the back, right? Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but you don't want that. And so I think you're right. I think the camera drives so much of the iPhone's design.
Yep.
And I will say, like they mentioned, the vapor chamber, I think that's been a big success in the 17 Pro.
My iPhone's been getting hot on the beta, but until then it was fine.
Oh, dude. My iPhone Air gets so hot sometimes, which of course doesn't have a vapor chamber. But there were rumors a while back that the next iPad Pro would have a vapor chamber. You could see it maybe like in future MacBook Airs or other fanless Macs. And I think I when I was carrying the 17 Pro for 6 months or whatever, like it didn't overheat on me the way that my previous phones did. In fact, a couple weekends ago, I was helping my aunt and uncle. They were sharing an iCloud account between the two of them, which is like don't do it. Like they were getting each other's text messages. It was a disaster. And finally, I'm like, okay, we're gonna pull them apart. Then we're gonna like sync your calendars together and sync your photos together. Doing all this, and they're both on iPhone 15 Pros. He's got the natural titanium, which is like the best looking phone in ages.
Love that one. Yeah,
love it. And when I was like doing the photo syncing stuff, the phones got so hot it had to pause. And they were hot. And I ended up getting an ice pack out of the freezer and like wrapping it in a towel and like trying to cool the phones down because they were like hot. Yeah. And of course, that sort of thing, like you can push these things even with the vapor chamber. But my suspicion is Apple's very happy with how that's gone. So improving it and expanding it to other products, I think, is a great idea.
If this rumor is true, though, like the current iPhone 17 Pro is 8.7 millimeters. 2 more millimeters, that's a big difference.
It is.
Big difference. I'm not sure about this. It seems like a lot.
It does seem like a lot. And I'm definitely aware of like, well, we've said we wanted like, just give us more battery. Like, but there are trade-offs with all of this stuff. And it's interesting. This is in many ways a continuation of what happened with the 17 Pro, where the base phone is really good. Like the base 17 is an excellent phone. The Air makes different trade-offs and is like thin and light, but kind of bad in some interesting ways. But the Pro phone, I feel like they're sort of like let loose to like do what they really want to do with it. And it may not be for everybody. And this feels like a further step down that path. And it certainly won't be for everybody, right? Like the Pro Max phone, I think, has gotten to a point for a lot of people who used to like the Pro Max size. It's gotten a little big, it's going to be heavier and thicker this time around. But for some part of the user base, that's exactly what they want. And for other people, they have other phones with other trade-offs. And I think that's good. I think it's good that the phones are more different from each other, even if some of the trade-offs aren't for everybody, right? Like this may not be for me, but the iPhone Air that I carry, a bunch of people are like, I can never live that way. I think that sometimes, and I love it. So I think it's reasonable to do. I think it's fine. And if it is really driven by the fact the camera system is going to be way better, that forgives so many sins in the iPhone world for so many people. I think this is going to be basically a nothing burger once it's out.
Yeah. Like with a lot of these things, as you said, I'll be willing to accept it if you give me something that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I will take that the phone is thicker and maybe a little heavier if the camera's really good, but it really has to be, like, the camera. Like, I don't think there's anything else that I would be, like, willing to sacrifice for what would be a heavier, thicker phone. Like, like put it into perspective, like, the iPhone 17 Pro is, like, the thickest iPhone, the especially Pro level model has ever been. Thicker than the iPhone 10. The compared tool doesn't go back very far.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like it went down and now it's going up again. It's just been steadily going up the last few years. And if this rumor is true, this will be the biggest year-over-year jump of any of the Pro phones.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
It is.
It's only going to make the Air 2 and the folding phone more tempting when the Pro phones are super thick and heavy.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. The rumor is the iPhone 18 and the Air 2 won't be till the spring. We have a question about that later on.
I think that's a lock. I think that's like locked on. But like,
I do too.
Because it just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I've been using an iPhone 17 some, and we have one or two in the household now. But Mary's on a 17, and I was just helping her with some stuff on it, and I was like, "This phone's great. Like, it's really good. Like the weight is the weight and size is good. The colors are incredible this time around, and it's just very solid.
Yep.
And it's got the always on display, which she didn't like at first, but I was like, give it some time. It's weird. It's weird at first. Like, I mean, we all went through this, right? Like, do I use it? Do I not use it?
You were an always on off person, weren't you?
I was for a while, I think.
I didn't know that you went back on.
I
again,
did. Maybe I was don't show the wallpaper.
Yeah, you were that. Yeah, at least.
But anyways, it's it's pretty good. There's been this thing going on where I'm sure you're seeing it too. Lots of vibe coded apps are being launched, right? I feel like my inbox is more full of I'm launching this app than it has been in years. But one caught my eye by Sean Malseed. He runs a YouTube channel called Action Retro. He put together with Claude Code a markdown editor for 68K Max called Artful Type.
Incredible. It's amazing.
It is amazing. You should go watch the video. It has it on GitHub. This with a blue SCSI means it's pretty easy to get the files on and off these Macs. That used to be really difficult before the time where you could boot these things off an SD card and just pull the files off. Really cool. It brings back the idea. We've talked about it on the show. A friend of mine and I have been obsessed for years about the idea of like a minimal writing machine where it's like, how little computer can I have to write on? And the reality is it's a bad idea, at least for me. But this sets the bar now. Like, I put this on a Macintosh SE and write your novel, in Markdown.
So he mentions minimal writing environment at one point.
Yeah.
And I wrote it down in all caps because I know that this is a thing that you have cared about a lot. I actually just Googled 512 pixels minimal writing environment to find a link. And the AI overview says, a minimal writing environment often explored on Stephen Hackett's 512 pixels blog. It's like, yes, it is in fact often explored. That is a thing that Stephen has often explored many times.
It is.
But now, now you can have one that cannot even connect to the internet. I think this is great. I think it is very interesting to see what can happen to hobby projects.
Oh yeah,
with these new AI tools that like I hear about it on NPC too, like in people using these tools to do stuff in the emulation world, and how like old emulation projects are being improved.
Yes,
because now like bugs can be found in this stuff, or like improvements can be found in this stuff that just weren't possible before. Because like we need to be realistic. No one's making this app, right? Nobody will make this app. And so Action Retro has made it. For what reason? Who knows? But I'm sure they're having a good time of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
realistically, are you going to write on this thing? Like, I don't know, man. I watched him trying to get the files off. It's like, oh boy, you'd hope there'd be an easier way, you know?
Yeah.
But there ain't.
What was fascinating, I mean, that's all true. I agree with all that. What jumped out at me about this project is, I mean, of course, these tools are good at writing Swift and HTML and PHP and JavaScript, but like,
Yeah.
it wrote a classic Mac OS app. Like,
Yeah, that is pretty incredible.
It's
right?
wild.
Like,
Totally
how? I mean, I know that it's like information. It's just that information exists online. So, like, fundamentally, I understand how they did it, like how it was able to do it. But at the same time, you just, like you said, you just wouldn't think that this would be something it could be proficient in. But here you go. If you want a Markdown app,
I guess there's enough of it out there that it learned.
yeah, just enough, right? Like just enough that it was able to bridge a modern request with old code.
Yeah.
Fascinating. This video is really worth a watch. It's a fun video, if anything, just to see how to handle it.
The channel's a lot of fun. During y'all's road to the Apple II series, the Sol computer, that company that y'all mentioned, he has a video on one, which when I was listening to the episode, I was like, I know about this computer. And I Googled it. I was like, oh, Action Retro did a video on it. Lots of really cool stuff. If you're into old tech, he does a lot of Mac stuff, but he also does a lot of non-Mac stuff. It is definitely worth a follow.
I know that we've linked to him before. I think it was he put an M2 in an iMac.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
This episode of Connected is brought to you by Sentry. You get a bug report. The user says something was broken, but of course you can't reproduce it. So you do what you do. You dig through logs, check traces, and you still have no idea what they actually saw. Sentry Session Replay fixes that. It gives you a video-like reproduction of exactly what the user experienced. Clicks, scrolls, what loaded, what didn't, and it's all tied to the error in one timeline. So you can see the console output, the network calls, and even the rage clicks where the user's hammered a broken button. And because it's built into Sentry, the replay is already linked to the error, the trace, and the logs. No hunting required. We use Sentry here at Relay to monitor our content management system, which we built in-house. We have a developer who works extremely part-time, and it's really good and useful for him to get to the bottom of something quickly. And Sentry lets us do that. And privacy is on by default. Sensitive text and media is masked, so you're never capturing what you shouldn't be. It works on the web and mobile, React, Next.js, iOS, Android, Flutter, you name it. Millions of developers use Sentry, including Teams and Anthropic and Disney+. Try it for free at Sentry.io. That's Sentry, Sentry.io, and tell them that we sent you. They have a free dev plan, and listeners of this show can use Connected26 to get $100 in Sentry credits if you're a new user. My thanks to Sentry for their support of Connected and all of Relay.
So it's the summer. There's not a lot going on in the summer. And we're a man down. So Stephen had the great idea to ask our Discord for Q&A questions today. And so we have some really great questions that we can answer. Gareth wants to know, why aren't you on a beach with Federico?
We had to do the show.
I wanted to have this question because I feel like I'm not sure of whether you are a beach person or not. I think no, but I don't know.
Not really. I'll do it, but I'm good. I'm good after like a day and a half.
Okay.
I'm not. I know some people are. My wife is one of these people.
Yeah.
We're going to go for a week. We're going to be on the beach all day. We're going to have dinner. We're going to go back to the beach in the evening and watch the sunset. And again, I'm fine for like 36 hours and then I'm good.
Okay. But you'll go to the beach. When you're on this beach holiday, you're going to go?
I will go. But if it were up to me, just like if I was just an individual person, I would not just go to the beach for fun.
Okay. I turned into a beach person.
Okay.
Like I wasn't one and then have become one as I've gotten older. But with a caveat, I need shade. I don't want to be in the sun. I
Yeah.
want to be in shade, but I want to be on the beach. I like getting in the ocean. So as long as I can have a beach umbrella, like I'm good. I'm not really a tanning person. Like my skin is not good for that, and I don't want to do it to my skin. So um, I just want a beach umbrella, and then I'm good on the beach.
Federico is a beach person.
Absolutely, and his skin seems to want it, and so off he goes. Tanning up.
Quality Snail asks, Myke, what is your current keyboard rotation like? Any current favorites?
So my favorite keyboards, the keyboards that I'm using, I use 2 keyboards at a time, one on each desk. They're both made by a company called Mode Designs. They make my favorite keyboards. The main keyboard that I use is one of their models called the Sonnet, which is also my favorite keyboard that I've ever owned. All the ones that I've owned, they do a really good job. They're very beautiful. Very well designed. They used to have the ability to configure their keyboard, so you could get like colors and materials that you wanted from their options. They now offer kind of more just like we've pre-assembled some for you, and you choose what color that you like.
Yeah, I remember this website when you were doing streaming stuff, because I built. I never bought one. It's like, oh, let me do like wood and copper or something. Oh, this is $500, but it looked cool.
I think as the keyboard hobby has cooled a bit, they're moving to a more kind of, I would assume that is a more cost efficient and route to,
I'm sure,
to go down. So the Sonnet is the keyboard that I use most. I have another keyboard here, which is a board they don't make anymore, called the 65. That's the one that I have right in front of me right now. But they're the ones that I will find myself using absolutely the most. If anything, like the Sonnet, through various reasons, I have 3 mode Sonnets. And I just kind of cycle between them. The colors, different colors and materials. Basically, I bought one. One was a prototype that they sent me, and then a friend bought me one as a gift that was custom Cerakoted. So I have 3 of them. Aaron wants to know, what piece of technology are you looking forward to in the next year, and what about the next 5 years?
5 years is really hard to think about. It always has been for me.
Yes.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, in the next 5 years, I'm very keen to see what the next wave of games consoles looks like.
Yeah. Will there be another wave of them?
Yes. Sony's going to make a PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
And Xbox is committed to the Helix. After that, I don't think there will be another Xbox.
It seems like that's where they're headed, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Sony's fine. Like they will keep making them because they sell tens of millions. They're going to be fine. Even if they have to sell them more expensive, they will continue to be fine. But hopefully it will stabilize in time. But that's why I'm like on the 5-year schedule. Really, we should have been gearing up for new games consoles next year. I just don't know now when they're going to happen. But I'm intrigued to see the stories that these companies tell about their products, what they are for, and how they think of them. And I'm hoping that Sony will make a handheld PlayStation, which I think is becoming basically a Nintendo Switch but Sony, but PlayStation. And I think that could be like a dream console for me. So it's going to be interesting to see. So that's kind of where I am in 5 years.
Okay. I think in the short term, in the year, I think you and I are on the same page. Was just folding iPhone about.
Yep.
And the touch screen revolution coming for the Mac. I say that sort of tongue in cheek. I think Apple's going to slow roll it, which I think is a mistake. I think you just need to rip the Band-Aid off. So many PC notebooks do this, right? And Apple has really had their head in the sand about touch being useful on notebooks. They're going to be on the MacBook Pro first, and then who knows when it'll come to the MacBook Air, because they're tying it to OLED, it seems like. The hardware is interesting to me, but we kind of know what the hardware is going to be, right? Like there'll be a redesign, but it's going to be a MacBook Pro with a touchscreen. I'm much more interested in what, if anything, they do with Mac OS. There was that rumor from Gurman a while back that some elements would have like a pop-up thing like around your finger, kind of the way the Microsoft Studio Dial, I think is what they called that product, did way back in the day. I'm much more interested in the software side of it on the Mac than...
Seems a bit much, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, do you need that? I don't think you need that. Like, Apple knows how to make... You know what I mean? It's like the iPad doesn't do that. So why does the Mac need to do something like that? Like, why not just work like a touchscreen? You know what I mean? It's like, it just seems a bit much, doesn't it? I don't know.
I agree. And it further closes... it further closes the hardware gap between the iPad and the MacBook Pro. Very strange. But I think they're finally going to do it.
Yeah. I think the hardware gap doesn't matter anymore, right? The gap now is can you vibe code on it or not? Like, it's like Mac OS is the thing now.
Yeah.
Because Mac OS is cool again.
Yeah, it is. It always was.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't though, was it? Let's be honest. It lost its coolness, right? It did.
Sure.
When people stopped making apps, like no one made apps anymore, and now like everyone's making apps because it's like the Mac is great for where we are in technology. Zoe says, if you had to predict which phones you would buy this fall right now, what would you pick?
I mean, for sure, the foldable iPhone for work. Gonna borrow David's credit card. I have actually been thinking about like what. I mean, I'm sure I would use the foldable as my personal phone for a while, but if it didn't stick, like I think I would keep using my iPhone Air unless the camera situation is really compelling on the Pro.
Oh, so you wouldn't get a Pro in theory in this. You're considering not getting a Pro.
I'm considering not getting it. I really like the iPhone Air.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, if what happens to the Pro is what we were just talking about, I mean, that's going to be a real hard sell for you.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, a foldable, yes, for like all the reasons, right? I need it here.
Yeah.
I need it in the app business. But it's very, we talked about this time last year, right? Because the Air was heavily rumored. It's like, what are we going to do? And we will see. I think a lot of people will have this. I mean, a lot of people are going to look at the fold and be like, that's too much money. I'm not doing it. And that fair enough. Like, if I wasn't in this business, I'd probably feel the same way. But having,
you'd get it.
Like, if I weren't a professional, if I was just like, I was like in my old life, like,
yeah, for the same reason that you had a blog, like,
yeah, I mean,
because you'd love this technology, like, I think you'd still get it.
Maybe it would hurt more.
It would hurt.
Yeah,
it would hurt.
So we'll see. We will see. It's going to be interesting. I think we talked earlier about the iPhone 18 and the Air 2 being pushed to the spring. I don't think that's going to matter at all. I think that people who buy an iPhone for their kid for the holidays will just buy the 17 or honestly the 17e because it's also a good phone. Or people who are going to buy the iPhone Air. Maybe the iPhone Air sales slow down a little bit, but they're already so bad, I don't think it matters. So I don't think that's going to greatly impact Apple's business because...
No, I think you've hit on it. Because I think the majority of iPhone sales between September and the end of the year are for the Pro phone.
They're for the Pro phone. And even if it does hurt the sale of the regular phone, the foldable, it will sell in some numbers, and it will be much more expensive. And Apple doesn't report the number of products sold. They report how much money they made. And if the foldable is expensive and can help offset whatever happens elsewhere in the business, and the Pros are going to be more expensive, right? Because of Ramageddon. Like, I think zooming out on like Jason's charts in a few years, you're not going to be able to really tell where the cycle got split into two.
No, I mean, so there's like a funny thing where, they need to make this transition at some point. And in theory, as you're kind of alluding to, the hurt point in making a transition like this is the first year that you do it, right? Because then you've got like an older product in the market, like the iPhone 17 will be over a year old for the holiday period, right? But they're probably not going to put the price up on the 17. And so the price gap between the 17 and the 17 Pro, I think, will mean that some people will still want to buy the 17. So like they're probably going to do fine in that regard.
I think so.
It'd be interesting to see. We're not going to know for sure, but it'd be interesting to see. For me, I know what I'm doing. I'm buying the 18 Pro and the Fold. Like, I'm committed to that. It's what I want, and I think, I, like you, need it for work stuff, right?
Yeah. What do you think about the cherry finish that we've seen?
Not into it. I'll take the blue one probably.
Yeah, I think I would do blue or maybe silver. It depends on the blue. I don't really like the dark blue this year, but it seems like it may be lighter next time around.
The light blue is nice. The silver is nice. I saw a silver iPhone 17 Pro recently, and that is good. Like, did I tell you I got the silver on my MacBook Air?
You
For
did?
that reason?
Yeah, I think
that
it's
looks
the
good.
classic look,
Yeah. Now it looks retro to me.
It kind of does.
Because I've been so far away from a silver anything for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a silver Mac Mini, but it's in an orange case, so I don't see that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I got married the sky blue MacBook Air, whatever it was, several months ago. And like, you can't tell it's blue, but you had midnight, right? So it's obviously different.
Yeah, I have midnight.
I mean, I do that with my MacBook Pros. I tend, like, my previous one was silver. This one is space black. In 8 to 10 years, when I upgrade again, it'll probably be silver.
I don't like space black.
It's
space gray.
fine. I did it just to. I used to do this with phones. When phones were only white and black, I would basically flip flop between them just to like have something new. But
I don't want to let go of the orange though. That is going to be sad.
I know the orange is
not going to be.
My orange 17 Pro is going to be my like development phone as long as it's supported because I don't want to let go of the orange.
Yeah. It will be funny if the blue is the blue that is rumored. Get the orange and blue phone. It's going to look like the Dumb and Dumber suits. Put those two next to each other. That would be a fun photo to take.
That Sierra blue on the 13 Pro somewhere in there was really nice. I had that phone.
Yeah. The images, like the mock-ups that 9 to 5 and Mac Rumors make and stuff or whatever. It's that kind of blue, isn't it? Like a baby blue, sky bluey kind of. I do not expect that the folding phone will become my phone though.
Yeah,
I think unless like the software experience really blows me away. Because I think that if it is going to be Touch ID and it only has 2 cameras, I think I'm going to struggle with that. I think what's going to let it down for me is those. I think I could probably get used to the weird form factor actually. But I think those kind of like basic, what I consider like basic features, I think that's gonna grate on me over time.
I think so too.
All right, Dolly asked, "What are your top 4 movies?"
I did more than 4, as did you.
I have like 9 because I'm really bad at picking favorite lists.
Me too.
I'm just not good at it. I don't like if you ask me what is your favorite movie, I can't answer it. I don't know. So I went through my my Apple TV purchases today.
That's what I did.
And picked out what, like, obviously the movies that I've bought are movies I really like.
Yeah.
And so then I just assembled a list of my favorites there.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
I had to pick a Marvel movie.
Is that what we saw in person together?
No, we saw Infinity War.
Infinity War together. That's right.
Which is a great movie, but that one's just a real bummer. I don't even think Endgame is my favorite, but I had to pick one, and so I picked Endgame. Well, MCU movie. I have a Spider-Man movie in a minute, which I'll just say now. They're in alphabetical order, but who cares? Spider-Man No Way Home. That movie was like a religious experience for me.
Yeah.
Like, that movie is incredible.
I hope the new one is just as good.
It won't be, but it'll be good in a different way. So like it can't be that. Like, that was a very specific thing. Like, it can't be that. But I think it's still going to be really good. Back to the Future.
Yes.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Okay.
One of my favorite movies. Love that movie so much. It's just it's a play, but it's a movie.
Yeah.
The
Always
cast
be
is
closing.
incredible. Exactly. Love that movie. Goodfellas. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. This is the only movie on my list here that I've only seen once. But that movie, loved it. Loved it.
Y'all, you should do a rewatch in all your free
I'm
time.
gonna Christmas.
Okay.
I'm planning for Christmas. To watch all of them again.
Lord of the Rings, is it a Christmas movie?
I think so. I don't even remember if Fellowship was the one that after me and Gray watched them, if that was the one I even put at number one. But when I was looking back at them, it's like, oh, I actually think I might have said I liked Return of the King the most. But I've got Fellowship on here right now, and I'll deal with that later. No Time to Die, James Bond movie, Daniel Craig's last. Loved that movie. Spider-Man No Way Home, I mentioned already. The Wolf of Wall Street. I do think that my favorite actor is Leonardo DiCaprio. And my favorite director is Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
I think that I feel confident in those. During COVID, me and Nadina did this weird movie binges where we would pick a director or an actor.
I remember.
And watch basically all their best. And the Leo one was my favorite of all of the ones that we did. His movieography is incredible. And finally, Toy Story 2.
It's good. It's a good list.
Have you seen the new Toy Story?
My kids have. I have not.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet either, but I want to. I'm scared of it, though. I think it's going to freak me out.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, I feel like I'm maybe not in the right time in my life for for dealing with like screen time and kids. Like I'm not sure that I need that right now, so I'm a bit hesitant in that movie, being honest.
Yeah. All right. I did Back to the Future 1 and 3.
I love 2, but it's just nowhere near as good, right?
No. 1 and 3
There's one part of 2, which is my favorite of all 3, but it's right. Like when he goes back to Mill Valley in the future, that is my favorite moment in all the Back to the Future movies.
It's pretty good.
But Back to the Future 2 is the worst of the 3.
It is. Arrival.
Okay.
Very good. Apollo 13. The Dark Knight. Again, kind of like Lord of the Rings. It's like all of them are good, but I think The Dark Knight's the best.
That's the second one, right?
It is the second one.
Yeah.
With Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, yeah. I mean, come on. You know what? I might put that on my list as well. I might have that one as well.
It's good. It's good. Oppenheimer. Recently rewatched it, I think, for the third time. Fantastic.
You have tickets for the Odyssey?
Not yet. I need to find time to go. My brother and I are trying to find time. And then last, but certainly not least, is WALL-E. My favorite Pixar film and one of my favorite all-time movies. WALL-E. And a rare Pixar film without a sequel, which I think is nice.
Not yet.
I know.
You just wait.
I know.
You just wait. When those Moana numbers come in, they're going to greenlight WALL-E too. Don't you worry about that. It's going to happen. It'll be like WALL-F. Like they just like go down.
Wow.
They just go down the list.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to make another WALL-E movie.
WALL-E Pro Max.
All of that. They're going to make another WALL-E movie.
I mean, when he charges and makes the Mac chime sound, I'd lost
pretty
it.
sweet, right? Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Similar, Chad asked, what are your favorite podcasts to listen to at the moment beside The Rest is History?
Wow, calling them out.
Yeah. So I think the podcast to listen to the most, Kind of Funny Games podcast. So Kind of Funny Games Daily, Kind of Funny Games Cast. I love them so much because they are not anything to do with what I do. So it's like just can listen to them. Similarly, I really enjoy NPC. I like Federico, Brandon, and John on that show. Mac Power Users. I heard some things about the co-host recently.
Did you like it 6 months ago?
I did. I really liked it 6 months ago,
recent.
and I really like it now.
Yeah, it's good.
I really like it now, too. A new show for me, The Rest is Entertainment. So it's obviously from Goalhanger, like Rest is History, Rest is Politics, but it's about entertainment. So I also really love The Town. This is like, what if The Town, but more focused on British as well as world stuff, right? So it's really good. And then the Vergecast, although just a Friday show, if I'm being honest. I'm not a big fan of the daily stuff. I've listened to a few of them, but it's like I don't want to listen to it every day.
Daily's too much.
So and really, it's like with all of my podcasts. The thing about all of these really is ultimately it becomes the relationships between the people on the shows is what I enjoy. And I really like David and Eli together.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And you don't have that on The Daily Show. I tried telling them this. By that, I mean, I just thought it and didn't do anything about it. But
you told them in your brain.
I did.
But there have been episodes of it that I've listened to because it's been like, oh, I want to know more about this.
Yes.
piece of news.
Of course.
But it doesn't mean that I then want it every day. And I'm sure they know this, and that's the gamble that they're taking.
Yeah.
Because what will happen in aggregate is the listenership will grow. And I guess that's why they're doing it. And then waveform, for all of the reasons that I just mentioned. I like that it's about tech. I like it's about wider tech than the stuff that I follow. And they are all really close.
Yeah, waveform's great.
Yeah.
I would have that on my list as well.
Yeah. I meant to ask you to go first so I could say same to the thing that you were going to say. So you say it now and then I'll say it.
Acquired.
No, you've got your note here that you haven't read.
Oh. I mean, obviously everything on Relay.fm and ATP, right?
Yes, same. There you go.
I was trying to answer for things that weren't in our immediate circles.
Yeah.
Even though Waveform and the Vergecast are kind of close. We know those folks and do similar things to us. Acquired, for sure.
All right, I started listening to my first one.
Okay, what'd you pick first?
Walt Disney.
Yeah, the newest one. It's like 4 hours long.
Yeah, and I'm like an hour in, and I like it.
Yeah. I will listen. I don't listen to every episode.
Yeah.
But over time, I've gone back and listened to ones that I skipped. Like some of they did a fashion one earlier this year. I even forget the brand.
LVMH?
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. But the tech ones are really good. I thought the Trader Joe's one was super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Nike one is really good. I learned, I just basically knew nothing about the history of Nike. And it's like, oh, I feel like I know a lot now. Yeah. Their chemistry is great. Obviously, it's hugely successful. Like they're in the stratosphere, but it's great. They clearly work really hard. One of my things, and I harp on this when I talk about podcasting, is if I feel like you're not respecting my time as a listener, I'm out. Like that's really important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys respect their listeners' time,
even though they take a lot of it.
They take a lot of it, but they earn it. Because they spend, at some point in the Disney show, they said they've worked on that show for a year.
Yeah.
It's on the amount of research they do, and
I assume they have a research team, right? They must.
It can't
just be the two of them.
So I will say, they had an episode on their feed where they were interviewed by somebody. I forget who it was. Somebody in like the VC world. And it was a dud. Like the guy didn't ask good questions. I don't think he was that familiar with them. I was a little surprised at sort of how much I thought it was a dud. I would have loved to hear more about their process, but there wasn't much of that in there. So they do a lot of it themselves. I would think though that they have a research team or fact finders or somebody.
They say here on their website, they personally handcraft each episode over 200 hours of research and production. Now that can't be true. Right? Like it can't be. They have to have people that help them, right? They can't, if they do an episode a month, they can't take 200 hours, right? Or can it? Could it? I guess it could.
I mean, there's two of them. I mean, 100 hours is what, 2.5 work weeks?
Yeah, actually, though, that is possible, isn't it? Yeah, maybe they do. Like, I mean, if they do, I will be even more impressed. Like, I would like to know. I mean, and this is like, I have listened to a little bit of one episode, so I'm not familiar with them at all yet.
Yeah.
It is really good. I do feel like, I mean, this is the me thing. It's like, you can tell it's a lot of reading.
Yes. Yeah.
And I feel like they do the thing that they're reading jokes. You know what I mean? And it's like you could, yeah. But I don't know how else you do it with trying to do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you can't hold it in your head, you know.
No, you cannot. Or if you want to be right. And
they do their research at least somewhat separately, because there are times on episodes they're like, oh, I didn't know that, or I didn't find that. And so it's also interesting the way they approach the same material slightly differently. I just think it's fantastic.
I wonder if that's the right. I mean, I heard them saying this in the Walt Disney episode. Again, one part of one episode. I'm not sure that's the right process. Like that feels like they could do it in 100 hours if they like divided and conquered. I don't know.
They're so successful. Like, who am I to question?
You know what? Yes, you make a great point. They're obviously got it locked on.
Millions of listeners. We do not,
and they're obviously like very successful financially too with the sponsors that they have attracted. I first came into like understanding them when I saw people going to a show they were doing at Radio City Music Hall in New York. It's like, oh, okay.
Like I love the Hammer Theater in San Jose, but it ain't that.
Yeah,
you know.
Mm-hmm. So I do know now that because like the problem with a thing like this is I do treat it more like an audiobook, so I'm pausing it to listen to my other podcasts, right? And I'll come back to it when I have more time again.
For sure.
But I know now that this will not be the only episode that I listen to. Like I've had it recommended to me so much that I wanted to try it, but it's just like it feels like such a high bar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what, but it's like I listen to podcasts that are 2 hours all the time. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Not that much longer than the talk show.
And there's something about your information density in those 4 hours it is a little bit more audiobooky like than it is podcast like. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. They are clearly very, very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm. Second for me is Decoder, a show I don't listen to every episode. I listen sort of based on topic or the guest. It's Neela Patel's interview of like executives, basically. And sometimes he has other experts on, like sometimes he'll have a reporter on from The Verge if they're covering a story or something.
The show about big ideas and other problems.
The intro's so bad. It doesn't.
I know you don't like it. I know you.
I cringe every time they read it. But he does a really good job. Clearly, a lot of research is done. There's a team behind it. He talks about the team, and I think it's a great way to hear from people you wouldn't hear from otherwise. Like, they just had over the 4th. They had, I forget his name, but he is basically like the new CEO of like Weber Grills. They got bought out by a competitor, and like he's running the joint company. Fascinating, like absolutely fascinating.
Yep.
So that's good. And then my one video podcast. All of these are just audio. I don't watch any podcast except This Car Pod. It's a terrible name. It's hosted by Doug DeMuro, who's a car journalist, and
Why is it called that?
Yeah, and he owns and founded and runs a car auction website called Cars and Bids. And at first, and it is to a degree, basically just sponsored content for their show, like for their website. I mean, they have other episodes throughout the week that are very much that. Like, let's go through what's on the site this week, and that's interesting because I like cars a lot. But this Car Pod also does automotive news. They talk about, cars that are rumored, things that are happening in the industry. Really interesting stuff. DeMuro is clearly like he's an expert. He's at the top of his game. But they have a rotating group of panelists, some who work on the auction site, some who don't. They're also very interesting and have their own insights in their own ways. And I've just really come to enjoy it. And it's out on Friday mornings, and I will just like play it on my second screen, just kind of in the background on Friday mornings, and have really come to enjoy it.
Very nice.
And then last but not least, obviously Design in California, but
but that show doesn't even exist yet, but I appreciate you giving us the bump.
Yeah. It exists more in my mind because I've been reading scripts for Jason. So
that's true. You do have the inside track.
I do. I left some comments yesterday on some stuff.
It's turning into a logistical problem already. We haven't even started. So we're working it out. Like the scripts are long, basically.
Me and Syracuse were like having a sidebar conversation.
About what?
The GUIs available in Solaris.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right, yes. I feel like Jason's going to start cutting you guys off.
No, Jason, don't cut us off. Jason, no.
You're having conversations rather than giving
Syracuse
feedback,
said I was right, really.
It does not matter.
Backing me up.
Yeah.
He know what he's getting when he sends us those links, but don't cut me out, Jason, please.
Well, I think Jason's got like a whole thing that he's working on to try and stop people from communicating.
I heard that, and I did hear that there may be some people who are exempt from that. I'm just saying, Jason, I want to be exempt.
I think the people that want to be exempt have to set a good example.
I mean, I didn't respond to John. He responded to me.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of... You make jokes in the comments, though, don't you?
No.
Yes, you do. I mean, I've
One
read
time.
some. I think there are 2 in the most recent.
No. But I brought sources. I linked to a New York Times article I don't know if Jason had seen, and somebody referenced in the script. I found their LinkedIn and their job history after the episode is very interesting and I think relevant.
Yep.
So I talked about that.
I think this is the kind of stuff that will get you around making the jokes. But I'm not in control of this part of the process.
Jason, don't cut me out.
So I signed up for Asana, right? Because I'm like trying to build like a production schedule.
Yeah, I've got a lot of questions about why that, but okay. Why Asana?
What do you mean?
Why Asana?
I need something that can do Gantt charts.
Who are you?
I'm trying to do my thing. I'm going to send you a screenshot, right? And so like you can see why I think you will be, when you take a look at this, I think it might give you an impression as to why I need a tool like this.
Yeah. Oh, that's Gantt charty
see,
for
there's
sure.
a lot of moving parts to this project, and they happen in a very weird way. So here's the thing that I'll say to you, and I think this might get into your mind a little bit.
Can we
more.
share just the screenshot? Doesn't show anything secret. Can we share this? Fine if not.
There's dates. I don't want the dates in yet because nothing's fixed. Maybe. Let me think about it. Let me work it. Anyway,
I'll edit the dates out.
Okay. Imagine producing every episode of Connected for next month before the month begins.
Oh yeah, no. Like, I understand the complexity.
That's why I need a tool. I need, and like, also imagine if there's video, right?
Yeah.
And also, it's like there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen with this project, and so I'm trying to produce it in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, this is how I feel trying to get like Widget Smith versions out the door.
Exactly, right? It's managing people. There's a lot of people in this production process now. It's like, if we include all the fact checkers and the script reviewers, and it's like we're getting up to like 10 people in the process. So everyone's got to get things done at the time they're going to get them done because we have to meet the date of like whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
like the beginning of the month or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair.
You can edit the dates out. You can share this.
Yes, I edited the dates out.
And here's what I'll say for anybody that uses these tools: I'm getting to grips with it. You do not need to tell me. I don't need advice yet about how to effectively have a Gantt chart work. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go. This episode of the show is brought to you by our membership program. If you love Connected and want to support us directly, Connected Pro is the best way to do that. You get longer and ad-free versions of the show each and every week. We have an extra topic at the beginning, we pick titles at the end, and you don't hear any ads. And every Connected Pro membership comes with a bunch of awesome goodies from Relay, a couple of members-only podcasts, members-only annual specials that we post in the summer, a newsletter, access to the Discord, and more. So go check it out. There's a link in the show notes. And between now and July 31st, use the code TinyHeads15 when signing up for an annual Connected Pro subscription or reactivating an expired one, and you'll get 15% off. That's 15% off when buying a new annual Connected Pro subscription or reactivating an expired one with the coupon code TinyHeads15 between now and July 31st.
Jambo asks, public perception of smart glasses seems to be waning. Would Apple smart glasses be dead on arrival?
I think it'd be a little tone deaf.
Yeah.
At this point. So you recently spoke about this on Upgrade. So for those who didn't hear it, where are you with this? Because you own some version of the
I have Meta Ray-Bans and my prescription sunglasses.
Okay.
They're the only prescription sunglasses I have. They were very expensive, and I just purchased a regular pair of prescription sunglasses because I just don't feel comfortable wearing them anymore because people are turning against them.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like people consider me trying to attack them just by me wearing my sunglasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And it's a real problem because technologically they're incredible. Like it's an incredible piece of technology. Like being able to listen to podcasts without anything in my ears, awesome. Being able to have a camera that is always available to me, fantastic. Like, and the camera you get photos you would never otherwise get, either through speed of being able to take the picture or the point of view. Like they're incredible technology. It just seems like the world was ready for it for a little bit and then changed its mind. You know, like when these started to take off again, people seemed like they were excited about them, right? By and large. And now that's shifted again. And I think it's the feeling of Meta as a company that's done it.
Meta I was thinking about this the other day because there's a story that like they're using Instagram content for AI stuff, which is gross. Yep. Meta had its moment post Twitter, like, oh, like Threads is cool, and they're gonna like not have ads on it,
right?
Yeah,
Cool Zuck.
He had a chain. Yep. He had shirts that were too
Yep.
big that said Roman things on them.
Was doing MMA,
He
know,
was
all
smoking
the stuff we like.
smoking meats.
Mm-hmm.
That has come and gone.
Yes.
I think their reputation is I think that was a blip for them. The other thing I think about though in these products is when the first ones were out, they weren't pitched as I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. They weren't pitched as like AI glasses.
No,
They were glasses
Instagram
with
glasses.
like cameras and speakers.
Yeah.
And to what degree they have put AI into these products, which isn't like your glasses. Your glasses haven't like earned AI features, right?
They have.
They have. Okay.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's what's driven the turn here. Is that it's not about glasses with a camera, although certainly that is a thing for a lot of people, understandably.
I think that's the thing that people are saying they don't like, but I'm still following you. That I think it's Meta's perception and the AI of it all has dragged this product through the mud.
Yes, I think the AI of it all has potentially put its eventual decline into like overdrive.
Yeah. Because it doesn't pass the logic test, right? Because I have my phone with a camera on it available to me and in front of people all the time.
Yes. That's true.
Right?
I do think there's just like something fundamentally different about it being on your face. Yeah. And like you can kind of tell when someone's taking a picture on their phone, but also the phone has like whatever it is, 18 years of runway behind it, and these glasses don't.
Yep.
It's just different, I think, when it's on your face and out all the time.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing, but I feel like I don't know what the future is for this technology. I think it depends on, if Apple want to get into this, it depends on the features that they have and how they want to market them. But I think the focus on cameras, which was the previous main selling point, now seems to be a tougher sell. And so I do not know. I mean, maybe the benefit for them is that they were so late that they're not going to have this product ready until at least the end of next year. Like, I don't know. But maybe at the same time, Meta's taken it in a different direction now, and they're trying to be more fashion focused. Sure. But I just, one of the big shifts for me is like when they just announced all their recent glasses. Anyone that I saw that bought them on Instagram or whatever, or was sent them, I was looking in the comments, and the comments are just full of negativity in a way that I don't feel like it was there before in the same way. So I think it's a shame, because I think we're missing out on something that could be great if we could all just agree on using them well. You know what I mean? But I think that's clearly not the case. It's a shame.
You should just wear your Vision Pro all the time and take pictures with it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Chad asks, what suggestions do you have for long car or plane trips?
An iPad full of TV shows that you like, and the episodes of the TV show should be 1 hour.
Okay.
Because then if you're going to be taking an 8-hour flight, it's just 8 episodes of TV.
And not 16, which feels worse somehow.
Yes. So I feel like, for me, that really helps. Like a long plane journey not feel so bad, because it's like we were just watching 8 episodes of Succession. And you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I can't do that in a car. I get motion sick. I just have to actually have to be driving the car, basically, or being in the front seat, just looking out the front window quietly.
It's fine to watch Succession while you're driving the car, right?
Yes, as long as I'm driving, I can watch it. Okay. On a plane, though, I agree. Hour-long shows are great. I would say be a little mindful of what you're watching. There's some nudity in it. Maybe don't have it on a plane. That feels weird.
Oh, I have like a whole system of like pulling the iPad to my chest.
Yes.
When needed, Yeah,
for sure.
I have it's like a whole system.
You could also read. You could use a Kindle. I will say I have lost a Kindle on an airplane, but some noise canceling headphones with like just some white noise or brown noise in my case is my preferred background
brown
noise.
Noise is the best color noise.
It is. It's a great time to do some reading too.
Paul wants to know, do either of you wear wrist watches that aren't smart?
I do.
Okay.
I've for years had an on and off relationship with the Apple Watch. When we're in like pedometer development mode, like I'm wearing an Apple Watch every day, right? Important to see how it's doing. I will be back there soon as we get into like work for 27. But currently I'm not. So like today I'm wearing, I'm a big Casio fan. I'm wearing a G-Shock You prepared GWM5610U-1, which what's cool about this one is that it's solar powered and it has an atomic clock radio in it. So it sets the time every night automatically. Now, it really needs line of sight to the sky to do that. And you can manually do it. Like you can go outside and like hit the button, it'll do it. At my house, there's one specific place in my bathroom counter. If I sit it, it will sync, and otherwise it doesn't. So I sit it there if I'm wearing it. The watch does not drift hardly at all, but it's kind of cool that it syncs with the atomic clock, you know?
Yeah. That sounds like something you would like.
Yeah, and it's just like, classic G-Shock kind of square watch. I also rotate in and out a DDC 200 Timex. So this is by Aaron Draplin, friend of the show. Aaron, he doesn't know us.
I wished.
We're both big fans of his design work. I have a signed copy of his book here. It's all right in my bookcase.
Nice.
And several years ago, he did a Draplin tweaked Timex Weekender in his sort of black and orange and white style. I adore that watch, and I also wear that a fair amount. Not as much as the G-Shock, but a fair bit. And then you've added to this the
Ollie watch.
I've
been seeing this, and I've been meaning to send it to you because I thought it was something that you would like to do.
I have. So this is, I think it's just a guy. They talked about this on Waveform, which is how I came across it.
Okay.
That has taken the Casio F91W, which is like the cheap, like you can get one for like $20, the cheap Casio, and has built a replacement logic board for it that adds a bunch of features, and it syncs with your phone with a phone app. So like my Casio has a world clock, and I have it set up for like Rome, London, East Coast, West Coast, but it was really tedious to do. And not all these places observe daylight savings time the same time. And sometimes the watch gets it right, but not always. The Ollie board makes it really easy to do from your phone. You can set alarms and timers off from your phone, and it goes off on the watch. So
I think it does step counting too.
It does do step counting. The Reddit reviews say the step counting can be wildly inaccurate. Who knows?
Of course.
But it syncs with Apple Health, which is more than the Fitbit Air does. So that's cool. I have ordered one of these boards and a white version of the F91W. And there's a third component to this that's a light spreader. Apparently his board, like it makes the screen kind of unevenly lit, and you can put a light spreader in there that makes it more evenly lit. So I'm going to build one of these.
Nice.
The parts are going to get here like later this month. Like he makes these and then he just ships out whatever is done on Fridays. And like the email you get is like, it'll come out on a Friday. I'll let you know when it ships. Like, I love this. Like, I love that someone just did this and is like making a run at it as a business. Super cool. Very excited to try this. And so I'm going to be fiddling with this at some point later this summer. And I'm going to write it up on 512 because I think it's really interesting. You can also just buy a pre-made watch from them that they've done this too, but I'm going to take a watch apart. It's not hard.
I think it's more fun to do.
And if you break a $19 watch, I mean, the board's, I think $100, but
sure,
you really probably can't break the board unless you're really careless. Like,
I mean, you can, but
but you'd have to try. But if you're not, there's no soldering. It's all just like tiny screws, it seems like. So, so I'm going to try this out, and I will report back because I think it's fascinating. The board is $55. The fully assembled one is $99, which is not that much of a premium over buying the watch and buying the part yourself. And it is NFC. If you have the resin watch, you can do NFC. The metal version, the NFC doesn't work through the metal case, but the resin, which is what I ordered, the plastic one, you have an NFC in it. So I'm also going to see like what I could do with that. That could be really cool.
All right. I have a collection of watches that I love, but I don't wear them because I wear an Apple Watch every day.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
And your collection's much more adult than mine is. You got some
I
nice
guess
watches.
I have some stuff like this though. I have a G-Shock, I have a Timex, but I also have a couple of pieces from a brand called Fera, a British brand that I love. I have an Omega that I adore, Nomos. So I have some really nice stuff, and I want to wear them. But
I like your Nomos. I was there when you got it.
Yeah, I got it on my bachelor party because this is what started it for me. Is I wanted a regular watch for my wedding. I didn't want an Apple Watch when I got married, and that was absolutely the right decision.
Yes, don't wear an Apple Watch for like a formal event.
I agree with that completely.
Wear something, especially if you have like a watch stand, like I do. But...
Clothes.
Well, it depends what kind of photos you're taking, Myke.
Great point.
We're not here to judge.
It is. Chad wants to know, when you don't wear an Apple Watch, what is your fitness tracker?
So I have been wearing the Fitbit Air, and I am going to write about it. I kind of keep putting it off because like the app has gotten better, but the app's still pretty bad. And until it really syncs with Apple Health, which I don't think it is yet, it reads from Apple Health, but it won't write to Apple Health, I think is where it currently stands. That's a bummer because if you're using an iPhone, like you use a bunch of other apps that pull like read and write data to Apple Health, then this doesn't really fully fit in yet. And so that's kind of where it stands. It's kind of why I haven't reviewed it yet, because I kind of want to review it in its full form. So I'm wearing it not every day, but I've got it still, and it's actually charging on my nightstand right now. But even if I'm not wearing it, I've got Pedometer Plus running on my iPhone all the time, so I'm tracking my steps with my phone, even if I'm not wearing a smartwatch. And I do also use Athletics, but it pulls information from the Apple Watch primarily, so that is useful when I'm wearing my Apple Watch, but I'm not doing that every day.
Athletic.
What did I say?
Athletics.
Mathematics.
Dolly says, if you were Apple's color czar and had the ability to choose a color that would be added to every new product for the next year, what would you choose?
Cosmic orange.
You just keep doing that?
Yeah. It's great. And, I thought it seems popular, but I don't know, because it's a bright color, you just notice them, and you don't notice the silver ones.
I don't think I want my laptop to be this color orange. Like, I would want an orange. So, like, my answer is green, but different shades of green. Like lime, forest, pine, peppermint, like those kinds of shades would be nice. Different products get different shades. The bigger a product is, the darker it is. That's kind of what I would like. So, there you go.
Okay.
Chad says, if Apple was bought out or went bankrupt, what company would you want to follow or report weekly news about? So I would take the opportunity at that point to go all in on Android in its many forms.
I think you'd have to, right?
Well, I mean, from a reporting perspective, because I'd also would have to get a Windows PC, but I wouldn't want to talk about that because I would find it annoying and it would make me sad because I don't enjoy using Windows. And so I would want to focus my work, like podcasting work, on what's going on in Android more than I would want to focus it on what's going on in Windows. You know? So there you go.
Yeah, I would start a show just every day. It'd be a daily show. I would just lobby for WebOS to come back to a smartphone.
Oh, okay.
And then
or what?
And then I agree with you, Windows makes me sad, so maybe I would do some Linux stuff.
Okay.
Because that community is super healthy and not angry with each other all the time.
Sure. Matt wants to know, what HomeKit devices do you wish existed? Which should Apple make? So I'll start and say, I want a fully HomeKit whole home security system.
Okay.
So alarms, cameras, sensors. Like, you can get pieces of this stuff and like string them together, but I want one cohesive system where all of these things talk to each other, all in the home app, and they all are nice. Like, I use a product called Abode, which is a HomeKit alarm system, but their cameras aren't HomeKit.
Okay.
So there you go. That's what I want.
I don't know if I've got anything that like I really want that's just HomeKit.
Okay. So on that note then, Matt also asks, Stephen, how's Home Assistant going, and how dare you do this to me?
Yeah, I got Matt. This is our Discord moderator, Matt. I got him into a Home Assistant.
Ah, okay. I thought that maybe Matt was saying this was a betrayal, but no, you just dragged him down.
I dragged him down.
Okay.
It's very good. We talked about this at some point, but I have everything in Home Assistant And there are a couple things that I exposed back to HomeKit that aren't HomeKit compatible. What's nice about this, because they can run together. My family, including my kids, just use, because they're like guests, so they don't have access to everything in the smart home, but some things. They just keep using the Home app. They just keep using the HomePod Minis. They have no idea that Home Assistant is even running, right? That it's actually pulling the strings in the background. What's really nice about Home Assistant in particular, and what drove me to it to explore it for the first time, was the automations are very, very flexible and very powerful, much more than what you get in the Home app. And I know there's like, I think it's Home Plus. There's a couple of iOS apps that expose more of like the HomeKit ecosystem than the Home app does that can do some of this stuff. But Home Assistant is just next level. And it's great because I can bring things, I can bring everything together even if it doesn't support HomeKit. So for instance, I use Yolink water sensors. Spoken about that in the past. The range is incredible. That's actually why I use them, because I've got some that are outside the house, but I have some in my attic. My attic is like completely lined in foil back insulation, and it's Faraday cage in there. Like you shut the door, you don't have any cell service. Like it goes away. And Yolink was the only thing that could like get through that signal wise. But Yolink, the app is really, really bad, and it's not HomeKit compatible. And so I have all that piped into Home Assistant. And if one of them goes off, one of my water sensors goes off, then I get an alert via Home Assistant, and I basically just pretend the Yolink app doesn't exist other than registering new devices. So it's going really well. It is nerdy. It is you can be very fiddly, but the community is great. There's lots of good resources out there. They all seem like pretty cool folks, and it's been really nice to have a cohesive system that I use, but that my family didn't have to learn a new thing
until it breaks.
Nah, it's fine. It's not Homebridge. Come on.
Nicholas wants to know, will Stephen's Mac collection be used in any way to support the research for Designed in California?
I hope so.
I hope so. Specifically, though, for me, because I feel like your digital stuff will be more used in the research.
Yes, I mailed a drive to Jason Snell with a bunch of PDFs on it.
But when it comes to the devices of it all, I would like you to help me down the line to decide on what vintage Macs I should acquire.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I need to use more of classic Mac than I have in my adult life to understand it. And I'm going to do some emulation stuff, because like there are things that I want to try that are too difficult. Like I want to understand a little bit of what Next Step was like, but I'm not going to try and acquire a Next machine. I just looked, by the way. My word.
Yes, mine. I paid shipping for my Next Cube, and my slabs are given to me. But the nice thing is about that is you don't need an attic full of hardware to experience the software anymore.
No.
You have like emulation, but you also have like web-based tools where you can just, you can just like go to whatever that website is, whose name I'm blanking, Infinite Mac, and just like boot up a system and poke around. So
which I want to do, but there's some stuff like I do want to run on some hardware, like the things that are easier to get. And also, like, I want to have a Mac or two behind me for a video.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah. We'll get you some stuff.
At some point, I will want your guidance as to what's, because I've already started poking around. I've seen some stuff I'm interested in, but I don't know if the prices are good. You know what I mean?
None of them are. It's gotten,
I know.
It's
but
gotten
like,
silly.
I don't know if the prices are good for what the prices are. That makes sense. And Nathan says, if someone could code an app for a weird problem or specific task that you need to do that perfectly met your needs, what would it be?
It's kind of a strange question in the age of vibe coding, right? Because you can kind of do it yourself to a degree.
Yes. This is the thing. So, like, I think this person referenced, I meant to add this in, but they referenced the 607 tabs app. Right? That like Federico wanted an app for 607 tabs, and then a listener built that app. Where I feel like now Federico would just make his own 607 tab app, right? because that's kind of the world that we're in. Like, if you have something incredibly specific, you just use AI tools to build it for you. What I am starting to think of is like, what is the path for developers now? I think it's, can you show me a better way to do something that I hadn't thought of?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than, can you meet a very specific niche, which I think was more of what people were attacking before. Where now I think it's like, you have to have a product that approaches a problem in an interesting way. So, but you don't have to take my advice for it. But like, I have a specific task that I need my needs met on, and so I have built something for me. So I made a tool that, what I can do is like transcribe a podcast, and then from a text transcription, select the text that I want and export a audio clip. Or I can do this for YouTube videos and get an audio clip and a video clip.
Okay.
So this is for Designing California stuff. And so like, what this came from was, there's a upcoming episode where I want to use a clip, right? And so I just opened Audio Hijack and I recorded the audio. And Jason said, I need a video clip.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to pull a clip from YouTube, it has to somehow be in the video version.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that feels like an annoying thing to do. So I was like, hang on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I can build a tool that can do it for me. So like, this is most efficient for YouTube. So like, I can throw a YouTube video in, it grabs the YouTube video, transcribes it using Whisper. I then can just select the text that I want, press this clip button, and it will give me an audio, like an MP3, and a video clip that I can then send to Jamie so she can put it in the video. So,
hi, Jamie.
There you go. Hi, Jamie. I don't think she listens to this show. She only listens to Upgrade because she has to. So there you go. That's the kind of stuff where it's like, no one's going to build that tool. There's no market for that tool. The market's me and maybe like 7 other people, but I can build that tool for myself. So I did.
I built a tool for myself because I switched to a static site generator instead of WordPress, and I was using Mars Edit, and I hooked my site up to IA Writer, which is a fantastic app, but I was missing like an editor, like a blog editor, and so I've just like kind of been working on one, Cloud Code, and it's just like a straight up blog app now where I can upload images to my Cloudflare bucket.
So there are no blog apps that work for the type of site that you have now, like the static.
Well, the site is just a bunch of Markdown files. So like Markdown editors work, but I did not find anything that looked good that could really replace it. There's some web apps that do it, but that's silly. Like I want a Mac app. And so it's got a Markdown editor. It knows about all the posts. I can, if I have a clipboard, if I'm on my clipboard for like an old post, I can open that URL in the app and it will open the Markdown. It'll open the editor to that. It builds all the front matter, like all the title and the categories and everything. And it can push to the GitHub repo so it can publish any changes that I make to the site. It's been over the course of a month or whatever. And it's like slowly, like the image uploading I just did over the weekend. Like I was like, it's annoying that I have to go to the website to do this. And so it's like, hey, can we do this? And so, it's not a product. Like I still feel weird about that. Like we were talking about the Action Retro thing earlier. It's like open source free thing on GitHub. That's different than like this is an app that I'm putting in the App Store for people to subscribe to or buy that is vibe coded.
And I don't know how to fix it.
I don't like that. So like I would never release what I'm calling 512 Writer because it's just for me. But it's right in the name,
Well, anyway, if somebody has 512 something else, maybe they can use it.
Sure.
If you had like 512 automobiles or something.
And you're on Hugo,
Yeah.
hit me up. So yeah, I think those sorts of things are really interesting, and you can scratch your own itch, but it's not a product in my mind that I would ever put out there. I wouldn't even open source this one because like in some ways it's like hardwired to 512 pixels. Like I would need to make settings for things that otherwise are basically just like baked into the application.
But I think this is the question that Nathan's getting at. A weird problem or a specific task that you need to perfectly meet your needs.
Mhm.
I mean, I just don't know why anyone would now just sit and hope that someone would make that for them.
Yeah.
Right? It just doesn't feel like something that you would do now. Like
Mhm.
that you would just be like, oh man, if only.
For sure.
You just go to it yourself.
For sure. Okay. One last question. The most important question. Aaron asks, how should we let Federico know that we missed him?
I feel like you're the person who likes to do this more than anyone, so why don't you?
I would say whatever social media app of your choice or email, send Federico your third most used emoji. So there you go. The best one of these is I told people once to tell you what they like on their hot dogs. Like, I will never achieve that greatness again.
Yeah, there's a lot of catch up in my replies for a week.
That's the wrong thing. Mustard and relish.
Okay. I'm just telling you what was there.
Okay. Well, I think that does it for this week. If you want to find links to the stuff we spoke about, those podcasts, a bunch of other stuff, it's in the show notes at relay.fm/connected/611. You can also find them in your podcast app of choice, just right there. There's also links to become a member and leave us feedback or follow up. We'd love to hear from you. If you want more of Myke, you can find him at theenthusiast.net and a bunch of other shows across Relay. Federico will be back next week, I think. But you can find him at macstories.net. And you can find my writing at 512pixels.net. We're big .net boys around here.
They're just available.
They are.
They're available URLs. I really wanted theenthusiast.com, but obviously I couldn't get that.
Yeah. I think I own 512pixels.com, but the .net was like cool in our world. So
applehardwarecalendar.com just renewed, just so you know.
Oh, will you point it to my new
I'll
thing?
point it to your. I just realized now. Yeah, I'll point it at your new thing. I don't
you.
even know where it goes. It goes to the 2024.
Ooh, Kickstarter. Yeah, send that over to the store.
Yeah. I will log in a hover right now and do it.
Thank you. I'd like to thank our sponsor for this episode, Century. I'd like to thank you for listening. And until next time, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.